Hi guys, it's album review time. We've got the Cold Stairs and the Southern. Well, for me, this is a new band. They're not a new band, but for me, it is. The album's coming out on September the 6th. It's their 7th studio album from these guys. It's out on Mascot Records. Their last album was called Voices. Came out in 2023. So consistently bringing albums out. So what sort of band is this? Well, reading about the band, they class themselves as like a blues rock band. But a lot of the fans say they've got a bit of a southern edge. Well, for me, they have as well. I mean, that would be my opinion as well, listening to this album. So blues rock, yes. Southern rock, yes. Classic 70s rock, I would say. There's some influence there. But man, the culmination of all of that has produced a brilliant album for these guys. I'm really glad I found these guys. I mean, if we're looking for influences, and you know what, if you're looking for bands now that are classed as southern rock, like these, like some say they are, sorry. I mean, there's a lot of bands that do mix that up. You know, Blackberry Smoke, the Steelwoods, they all mix that sort of bluesy and southern edge. And, you know, older bands did, and Allman Brothers, Lynyrd Skynyrd. Apart from those bands, you know, I hear some Thin Lizzy, I would say, but that's just me, but I can hear that in the music as well. So that's Chris Tapp was saying that a lot of fans, he was saying about it, a lot of fans describe them as southern rock. So he wanted to explore that southern side of the band a little bit on this album. And without going back to older albums, which if anyone who watches this channel will know that I can't really do that because I haven't really got time to do that. It's all about new music for me. So for the Cold Stairs in particular, it'll be this album, and any album going forward will interest me. I'm not saying their older albums don't interest me, it's just the time to go back with all the music that's coming out these days. There's just not enough time. I wish there was. So yeah, this is a great album, man. I mean, I'm so glad I found this band. Horse to Water was the first song, the first single that I got turned on to listen to this band. Drew me in straight away, and that was it. I was hooked. And man, getting to hear this album, especially getting to hear it early as well, it's an amazing album. It really is. So only a three-piece band. You've got Chris Tapp, vocals and guitar. Love his vocals. So much soul in his vocals. He's just brilliant. Guitar work is great. This is guitar driven most of the time. The guitar, it depends what song it is, but the guitar is electric guitar right up in the mix at times. Then it's held back a little bit for that sort of mellow, sort of southern feel as well. Great guitarist, great vocalist. Then got Brian Mullins on the drums and Bryce Clough on the bass. I mean, man, it's just such a solid album throughout. Musically, outstanding. Songwriting for me is just the winner here. It's just amazing. So, going to talk about some of my favourite tracks. Kicking off with the album is a song I spoke about already, the single Horse to Water. Love this song. Absolutely love it. Cool guitar driven track in the verses, brilliant chorus that really sort of shows the band at their most melodic on this album. Chris Tapp's vocals, almost like for me, having a sort of Paul Rodgers stroke Phil Lynott sort of edge to them. I might be the only person thinking that, but that's how it made me feel. A song that sort of blew me away on first listen, like I said, and continues to do that. Just a cool listen that kicks the album off in a stunning way. Coming Home is the next track I want to talk about. Another excellent song that sort of sees Chris Tapp's soulful delivery over a stomping track that sort of holds the electric guitars back a bit this time, but doesn't make it any less gritty. Again, for me, quite a southern rock feel to it for me. A cool contrast to Horse to Water, but just as good. Then I want to talk about Blow, Wind, Blow. Man, what a song. What a song this is. I can hear, for me, don't know if it's just me, but some Gary Moore influence on these vocals here. This has a certain sort of classic rock sound to it as well. It's like a really familiar song, but it's an original song. That just reminds you of a time, you know, when songwriting, when bands wrote songs, to stand the test of time, that in like 10, 20 years you'd still be listening to. That's what this song sounds like. You know, that's the intention, it feels to me. Brilliant song, a favourite of mine for sure. Then I want to talk about 7 Ways to Sundown. The band hit hard again here. They're heavy blues just kicking in with a track that has loads of sort of light and shade, sort of heavy and lighter bits. Maybe a touch of Zeppelin, I would say, kicking in here as the guitars crash in and out. Classic 70s inspired rock performed brilliantly. No Love in This City Anymore is the next track I want to talk about. Maybe the catchiest riff on this album kicks this song off, and it keeps flirting in and out, that riff. It's brilliant. Slight odd time signature in the verses, sort of adding an extra sort of coolness to the song. A very cool chorus is suddenly upon you. Before that, get back to that excellent riff again that I spoke about. It just hits us hard every time you hear it. Brilliant song. Next track I want to talk about is Woman. A fuzzy sort of bluesy guitar riff that sort of wouldn't be out of place on an early Sabbath album kicks this track off. Absolutely love the mellow chorus, a really cool contrast that just hits you with all the right feels, and so that fuzzy riff kicks back in. It's excellent. It's a perfect blend of blues with a slight southern tint. And the last track I want to talk about is the last track on the album, Mortality Blues. Love it. Love it, love it. It's the latest single and the closing song, of course. That southern side of the band in full display now. It's a track that sort of starts, I think it's a banjo, and sort of vocals with the other instruments just flirting in and out of the song. A great track to finish a great album. So guys, this is another band to add to my sort of southern bluesy sort of bands that I love. The Cold Stairs, Southern. It's out on September the 6th. It's on Mascot Records. Guys, I really, really recommend this. You know, I mean, there is a lot of great bands now that have been going a while, a bit like this band. You know, Blackberry Smoke being one of them. The Steelwoods, even though I think they're not around anymore. I think they've stopped making music at the moment, but they really fit well in with that sort of genre. Love them. Love this album. Love the band. The Cold Stairs, Southern. Let me know if you're going to get it in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.